Good afternoon, good morning. This is Kitty Boitnott of Teachers in Transition, the podcast and the YouTube channel. And today I have the honor of interviewing one of my former clients. Brittany Rotskoff is with us. Did I pronounce that correctly, Brittany?
Yeah, you did.
I just looked it up. Brittany, we've been working together since June of 2021. So just about 6 months. That is fantastic. Now that we've turned the first of the new year and we're into 2022 and you are on the cusp of starting a brand new job, and I'm going to be asking you to tell us a little bit more about that. But as far as your new job title, you will be the Visitor Experience Associate at Kemper Art Museum. And I believe this is in St. Louis, Missouri, right?
That's right. Yep.
Awesome. So the reason I asked for Brittany to do this interview with me today, and Brittany, just FYI, I may be using it as part of my podcast series as well as the YouTube channel and as a case study. But I sent Brittany some questions in advance to get her thoughts about what her experience of working with me has been in these last 6 months now that she's about to start her new job. And one of the questions that I wanted you to be ready to answer, if you could, is what particular challenge did you feel that you were dealing with when you decided to work with me last summer when you signed on with the Jumpstart, your job search program?
Yeah. So when the pandemic hit, that was really a time of a watershed moment because I wasn't really happy with my job. I was a teacher of middle school history, world history for about 13 years. And I did the virtual thing and I was fine being a virtual teacher, but my district decided to go in person. And also as a brand new young mother, I wasn't really interested in being exposed. So I decided to do virtual for a time, as long as they would allow it. Then I used personal leave. And then finally I said, okay, I have to walk away. And I just did some soul searching because I thought I want to earn money, but even though my husband said I don't have to work, I thought, no, I need that stimulation. And so what I did was I looked around for a job in education first. It seemed like an obvious thing to go to a different school, but with 13 years in and a national board certified teacher at that made me extremely expensive. It didn't help that, I had a master's degree and plus 30 years of graduate work as well. So I was extremely expensive. So no luck there. So I started looking outside of education. And the more I did, the more I got more and more no up to a certain point, like yes, up to a point, and then no. I always hit that no. And I was like, okay, it's been 13 years since I've been doing this job search thing. So surely what I know to be true might be obsolete. I need someone who can train me to do this, who's been in education, who knows what my resume is going to look like, and help me to jump from education out of education and into something else. And also maybe work with me a bit on what that something else could be. So yeah, then I came and found you through the internet.
And what was or maybe there wasn't any one, but if you could select an answer to a question, an inspiration, a spark that you got from the work that we did together or from the group work, what was the main thing that resonated for you as we were doing our work together?
You're right. There were a lot of things. One thing was deciding, I really do want to get into museum work. I would like to get into an academic setting outside of the classroom. So library, museum, art museum, history, those are things I did actually extracurricularly. And then saying to myself, I could maybe transition into a job that would get me in there permanently. Sign me up. So that was a big thing. Also seeing others in the group calls saying, yeah, we did it. We got in here. We got in there. I was like, okay, this is possible. This is doable. And yeah, so that was really inspiring for me.
It does make a difference when you can see that other people are being successful. That means if they could do it, you can too, right?
Yes.
So I mentioned your new job a little bit, the title and the introduction, but tell us a little bit more about the job itself and why it's the perfect job for you.
Sure. So I work, or I'm going to be starting work at the Kemper Art Museum, and that's run through Washington University in St. Louis. And the reason it's perfect for me is because it does allow me to work in a museum rather than being just a volunteer docent. This actually gives me a paid position. Allows me to work with tours that go through. A lot of the tours that go through are classes from the university that have been told to go there specifically for different pieces or different exhibits that are constantly rotating in. And in addition to that, I'll be greeting people who come in, and that includes people off the street because the museum is open to anyone for free, which is kind of nice. And also helping, of course, with their gift shop as well. So that utilizes some skills I had before education when I was working at Barnes and Noble. So I get to utilize some of those skills again. And I can do it all part-time, which was something that was a major concern for me as, again, a young mother. Yeah, my child's not yet in preschool, but they will be. And until that happens, I needed the flexibility in my schedule to work some out of the home, but also stay in the home, not only for my child, but also for my other virtual job that I'm still doing also part-time. So best of all worlds.
Okay, very good. So what were some other benefits that you experienced from working with me, either through the group coaching or the individual coaching? Anything in particular that you can point to that helped you in your transition?
Yeah, so when I was working out what it is I wanted to be and what I wanted to transition to, I was getting a bit of stress from the family, not from my spouse, who's been very, very supportive of me, but more from outside, like other relatives who were saying, why are you leaving education? You've worked a long time to get this. I have my master's plus 30, national board certified. I'm meant to be a teacher. And you helped work me through that, and also see that no, I do have my best interests at heart, and yes, I'm actually doing the right thing, and this is truly something I'm really excited about. And my proof was when I was being interviewed for this position. I was so excited and so thrilled and ecstatic, and that actually showed with my relatives when I called and said, okay, I had my interview today. It was great. And talked about my new boss and how awesome it was to meet her. And they said, we have not seen you this excited about an interview since we don't remember when. And I said, exactly. So this is the right transition for me, the right thing for me.
And at the end of the day, they love you. They want what's best for you. But it's not unusual for families, especially families who've never been teachers or who have taught, but it's been a while since they retired and last taught, to appreciate just how much the teaching profession has changed over the last 10 to 15 years. And it has changed dramatically.
Very
and
much.
The pandemic has just made it that much worse.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Yeah, it's not the same job, and people who don't understand why you would want to leave just don't understand the nature of the work that you are looking to get away from, and that you feel like there's something else you could be doing and should be doing with your life. So my final question, and I'll just warn everybody that the scraper truck is coming through my neighborhood and my dogs may go off at any second now. So my apologies, but if you were talking to a fellow teacher who was feeling similarly stressed about their job, wondering what else there might be out there for them to do, would you be willing to recommend working with me to those friends and members of your family who might decide that they're ready for a career change?
I would, absolutely. Because I've been exactly where a lot of them are. Like on Facebook, people will often post things like, yes, it's worth it. Yes, we're going back from winter break, but it's all worth it in the end. And I feel like saying it is to a point. There comes a point when there is a cost to teaching that is not worth the paying of it. For me, it was my sanity. It was my joy. It was gone. My passion just gone. And I knew it was time to walk away. And I'm so thrilled I did. And I'm glad that there was someone like you out there for me to say, okay, you've made the hardest, like that was the hardest part right there, to decide this that I thought was going to be my lifetime career. It's turned out not to be that, and that there is something else I can do out there with my skill set, with my passion, with my creativity, and with all of the drive that I've got still left to give. I've got so many more years left that I can work and have fun and still teach in a way. A museum is a great way to go. And I'm really, really thrilled about that. And I'm really excited to keep doing what I love doing, still with education in a way, and still have that passion and that drive. It's just outside the classroom. And sometimes you need that. You need that in order to really enjoy what it is you do again. And that's
to recharge
priceless.
yourself. Yeah. So I am ecstatic for you. And I was thrilled when I got the email about the job that you had found. I know that you were interested in the museum right from the get-go and wanted an opportunity to work there, and want to thank your sister for giving you the introduction, and to you for using your network, because that's part of what it takes to get the change that you want. I also want to point out that I know you didn't leave teaching easily or impulsively, given that you had made the effort to become National Board Certified. Nobody that I know who goes through that process thinks that teaching isn't the career for them.
No, not at all.
The thing that is good to know is that in this new position, you will continue to teach. You'll just be teaching outside of the traditional classroom to different students. And that's what I realized a few years ago about what I do. I'm still teaching every day. I'm just teaching a different curriculum to a different group of students.
Exactly.
So teaching's in our blood. I'll be National Board Certified through next year. It's in our blood. We can't help it. We are teachers to our core. But teaching in the traditional classroom isn't the only place where we need good teachers. So
no, and
congratulations. I am just over the moon for you and excited. And I want you to stay in touch and let me know how it goes, okay?
Absolutely.
And thank you for offering to do this interview today. I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay, take care.